Do 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 do.
You know what, dude?
You know what, dude? You know what, dude?
Hi! What's going on, guys? It's me, Reskos 27. We have Stubbs McGee. He's on this side. We have TheMaskedAcorn special guest. And we have Skemptobird, also known as Stein. He's on this side. Not this side. This side.
I'm over here.
Hello! I hope everyone is fantastic. Welcome back to another episode of the Ridiculous Minds podcast. This is episode 7 of our lovely podcast. So I want to start things off with, since we have our very first special guest, I want to start things off, Acorn, would you like to, speak a little bit about yourself, give yourself a nice little introduction?
Hi-yo, I'm Acorn, or known as TheMaskedAcorn. I am a variety streamer over on Twitch that has been pushing out more towards the fitness side of things with like Instagram, TikTok, and YouTube. I've been kind of on a Pokemon Nuzlocke grind, but I'm also thinking about dipping my toes into Elden Ring. And these are my beautiful friends. I love them so much.
Great. Love to hear it. You're also
are you talking about your stuffed animals near you, or who are you talking about?
I'm talking about you, Stubbs, and you, Stein, and you, Reskos.
That was the only one that was correct in the recording.
Yeah.
I'm gonna fight all of you with forehead kisses.
Oh shit!
Oh shit!
You're also snap.
You're also a pretty. You're getting up there in terms of fitness content. Do you want to talk at all about that?
So I guess I have a little bit of a journey that I've been on. At one point in time in my life, I was 375 pounds was the highest I had on recording weight. And now I'm about 220. So I've lost about 155 to 160 pounds. I've done powerlifting, and now I'm kind of more into the bodybuilding thing. I think after another 20 pounds, I might look into doing a bodybuilding show. I've got some excess skin and stuff like that I need to get rid of. But so with that journey I've started putting more about how I did it and trying to give more educational content on to help people and recipe videos, because I love to cook, and just some workouts and stuff like that. So it's been fun. It's definitely something I can yap about for hours and hours and hours and have no problems with. It's pretty cool. I'm learning how to do it. I got my first camera, big boy camera, I guess. And ever since then, I've just been any idea I have, I write it down in one of my many small notebooks that I keep on me, and then I try to make it come to life. So it's been cool.
Nice,
cool.
Dude. What would you now? I know we're going to be going into Steinisms here, but I actually had a question for Acorn. Acorn, what did you, when you first started, so when did you start the journey? What year was that?
I have to look at the calendar. So I would say it was probably, I graduated in 2013, probably about 2015.
2015?
So yeah, roughly about then.
What was the deciding factor for you? There's always something that clicks. Something happens, and then the only reason why I'm asking, because I feel because this happened to me back in 2020, and obviously that I slid backwards. But what I'm saying is there was something that clicked, that just kind of made sense, and I'm curious as to what that was for you.
My click, I guess, moment is very it's gonna, how much time you got? That's the question, because this is a bit of a story. So the thing is, I've tried to lose weight before with to impress girls, or because I was just overweight and I was tired of being bullied and all things like that. And the thing is, with the weight that I would fluctuate water so much that I'd be super excited that 1 week I lost 5-6 pounds, and the next week maybe I gained 1, or I didn't lose anything, or it was only 1 pound. And then of course, being a teen, or I guess I wasn't a teen, I was 20 something, but anyways, having that mindset of just being defeated and then having too much sodium one day and go back. Anyways, my story on what clicked with me was I was living on my own. It was just me and my cat at the time. I was super heavily addicted to League of Legends. And I would pretty much eat, sleep, and breathe League of Legends. I had a little retail job that I worked at like a mom and pop grocery store. I was kind of like part-time going to Sinclair College for a little bit. And then if I was not doing one of those two things, I was playing League of Legends. And I remember one night I had just went from playing on a laptop, and I just built like one of those over-the-top computers that was like the full cases, of course, that was like 2 foot by 2 foot, and it was big old glass screen. It was an RGB first came out, and you could start decorating your case, making it look cool. And I was on a severe losing streak, and I was sitting in my boxers in my chair in my trailer. And I remember I just got done eating. I remember the exact meal. It was like 2 Red Baron pizzas, and then like half a bag of sweet chili Doritos. I was one of those guys that just had the 2-liter like sitting on my desk and drinking out of the 2-liter. And I remember just looking over after like the 5th loss at 3:00 in the morning, and I had work in like 3 hours. And I looked over in this glass case at my shirtless self, and I was like, that's not okay. Like, no wonder like people look down. No wonder people are bullying. Nothing's ever good with bullying. Don't do that. But like, it was just, I understood in that moment of like, this is what people are seeing. And then that's kind of what woke up. And I remember literally the next day I like started what was called my common sense diet, which was like, instead of eating a whole box of Reese Puffs, I'm going to have eggs and an English muffin and like coffee and orange juice and stuff like that. And then so what kind of happened is I just started trickling and changing things from there, and to the point where I'm at now, which is a lot more knowledge than when I first started.
Now, when you first started all that stuff, were you like changing little things every day, or did you just make one big change and then just quit a bunch of stuff? How did that work for you?
It was definitely a little things along the way, because I think that's another thing that kind of screwed me over the first couple times that I'll try to change is I'll try to change everything. I'd go out. I had no idea how to work out. We had like a little bench when I was a teen, and like I would go into the garage and try to bench press, not knowing how that is or anything along that lines. And I didn't have internet, so I couldn't look anything up. And when I decided to make the change, it was all mostly dietary at first and not physical, because I had no means to work out. Like the only thing I did was yard work, and well, I was not going to go walk or run. I hated running. I still hate running. But it all just kind of started with diet stuff. I knew nothing about tracking macros or counting calories. I just simply like, I remember I used to meal prep back when I was still super, super big, before I even thought about dying, these burritos that were literally large tortilla size. They were probably like 1,200 calories a piece. And meal prepping those, I would eat like 2 or 3 that night. And so when the click happened, and I was like, I should not do that, and I started eating more chicken and things along those lines. I started seeing progress. And then after the first 50 pounds, that's kind of when I fell in love with it. And I finally did like start watching YouTube videos and full days of eatings and things like that. So it was definitely a bunch of little gradual changes, and just doing a lot of research. And then once it, like, I have an obsession with just small intricate things. Like I hyperfixate heavily. And when I first saw the
ADHD.
yeah, 100%. And when the first 50 pounds went away, I was like, okay, I can do this. And then that became my hyperfixation. Like I needed to learn what to eat, how to work out, and all sorts of stuff like that.
What would you say? Now, there's always times in the process, and I'm assuming this is the same for you, or like with that, whether it be a fitness process or anybody else's process, there's always times when you're putting your all into something that you fail, or that you feel like you've failed, or that you're on a downward part of a cycle or something like that. When you got into those times, what did you tell yourself to keep going? And that being said, if you could go back to the first time you thought you were going to quit, if you could go back in time as who you are right now, and you could go back and talk to yourself at the first time you thought you'd quit, what would you tell yourself?
Okay, when you ask that, do you mean like as a child, or do you mean like on the final journey that's kind of been through current?
Final journey.
Okay.
Both.
Okay.
Both?
If there's one thing I could, okay, I'm a nerd. I know I'm almost 30, but at heart, I'm a child because I love me some anime.
It's like old. Weird.
Anime is inspiring as can be, in my opinion. Like you have the main protagonists, you have Naruto, who is constantly trying to prove to his whole town that he could do it. You had Lee, who literally had no like special, like it's called ninjutsu in Naruto, but like he had nothing. He just had taijutsu, and he's still one of the strongest ninjas in that whole world. If I could go back and teach child me to like look into that as inspiration, because I mean current 29-year-old me looks at that inspiration, and then just have a talk about like the simple steps to kind of do it. Or because man, I have a lot of regrets. I got too big, therefore I need loose skin surgery. If I could have prevented that as a child, that would have been fantastic, saving money, time, effort. But really just look at more into the nerdy side. Like I've always played video games. I love video games. I'm a completionist when it comes to single player games. If I can make like checks and tasks and like, oh, this is completed, check it off, I guarantee I would have done a lot better as a child instead of just being like, I need to work out. I can only have boiled eggs. No, you can't. Boiled eggs suck unless they're deviled eggs. So like,
man, deviled eggs.
That was another thing. I would tell my mom to never feed me another boiled egg ever again in my life, because I think that's why I stopped. Because she's like, here's your breakfast, honey. And I don't know why grandma sounds my mom sounds 75 in that scenario. But like she would give me like 3 boiled eggs in the morning. And like that was my breakfast. I fucking hate it. I'm gonna put so much salt and pepper and ketchup on those bad boys. And so like that's the cool thing about being an adult is you can have things that you like within moderation. I think even that being said, I think that's what I would tell myself when I like the final time, the first time you said I like when you failed, I binge eat. It's just a thing that happens, especially with people that don't fully know how to diet. They typically cut everything way too small, way too quick, and then what happens is you starve for 5 to 6 days, sometimes even longer if you've got the willpower to do it. And then what happens is your body goes, red alert, boss, we're fucking starving. Am I allowed to cut? Yeah, I'm allowed to cuss, right?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. Red alert, boss. Red alert. We're
if you'd watched the podcast, maybe you'd know.
I listen. Oh shit. I did watch the podcast, but I remember I went into impulse mode because I was on the limitless one and I forgot that I couldn't like be explicit.
Yeah.
So I went into panic mode for a second. Anyways, your body pretty much shuts down because it's starving.
Right.
And so what happens is you'll stop and be like, I'm just going to have one McChicken. It's not going to be the end of the world. I'll just be good for the rest of the day. Oh, man, you're getting that fry. And then maybe you're going to stop at Taco Bell because you haven't had tacos in forever. And then all of a sudden you've got way too much food. You feel guilty. Mm-hmm. I still, I'm not going to lie, I suffer from that sometimes, especially if I've had a really long day and I just don't want to cook that day. But like, it's okay. You're gonna mess up. It's gonna happen. I've done a lot of, like I said, I've done a lot of research, and I actually wish to get certified in a couple different areas for nutrition and dieting and stuff like that. You have to eat literally 7,200 calories in one sitting or one day to add 1 pound of fat to your body. The rest is all going to be burnt away, or the next day your body's going to be like, whoa, dude, we had way too much yesterday. We don't need this. Your body will auto-regulate.
And then you poop.
Obviously food. Yes, you poop a lot.
Yeah.
A lot of poop. Mm-hmm. No matter what, you eat a lot. That's one
Stein
thing.
Gets it.
If I could tell and warn past me
so
something,
much,
I would let him know that, hey man, get used to pooping after every single meal, because that's going to be the rest of your life. So,
well, I mean, he's got to pack up he's got to get a shit on mochi.
That's true.
Mochi.
I do. No. Yeah.
It's because you've been boofing too much, so it's just kind of.
Oh.
Yeah. Sometimes, okay, we're expanding our vocabulary here. All right, I see. Yeah. Sometimes you just boof a little too much, and then the impact.
Yeah.
Just gotta let it out on your cat.
Mm-hmm.
All over it.
Absolutely.
What have we boiled down to? I want to go back to something that Acorn said when he asked if we were allowed to curse. There are no rules here, sir.
Yeah.
And with that, we're going to go into Steinisms.
Put your shirt back on. There's one rule.
All right.
Time for some Steinisms.
Acorn, as the guest, I will let you decide. Would you like to go first?
If
I have mine, so if you want me to go first, I'll go first.
I also have mine, so I could go first.
I'll let you guys go first.
Yeah, I got mine too.
I'm waiting to see what Stein's vibes are, and then that's when I'll ask him.
Tree fact.
I don't have any tree facts this time.
What?
I know. You know what? I'll think of one. I'll figure one out while we're. Well,
Yeah, I was hoping we were going to have some tree facts today, but
I'll sprinkle
Yeah.
some in probably.
Go ahead, Stubbs.
all right.
Oh,
Stein, what do you think happens when we die?
no.
All right. That is a really interesting question. Let me put on my serious. Hold on.
He's saying he's going to put a serious face on, but he's wearing a shirt that says Danny DeVito.
All right. Listen here. Let me tell you something. I am going to grab a little snack. Okay. And then we'll get to your question.
Are you serious right now?
I'm grabbing some fruit snacks.
Are you eating a singular grape with a fork?
No, I'm cutting a pickle with a fork and knife.
Oh, Jesus
Oh
Christ.
my god.
You're an animal. An animal, sir.
Yeah, dude.
Fruit snacks.
Okay, so the question.
Yes.
What happens when we die? Okay.
Yeah, what do you think happens when we die?
I'm surprised I remember that. So,
Me too.
one time, I almost died. I didn't actually almost. But actually, yeah, it did. So one time I was snow tubing, right? And I was going down the hill, and then there was this other kid. I was with my Boy Scout. And there was this other kid down there who was also snow tubing, and he was already at the bottom. And when he hit like the bottom like balloon thing, he turned around so his head was facing my direction, and then I just went head first right into his skull. And I actually died for about 45 days. I think it might have been months, actually. 45 months. Yeah. And
I remember that point in grade school when you went missing for 45 months. That was,
yeah. Yeah, I think that was second grade. Yeah. So anyway.
So
Second
you
grade
went
4
missing
times.
for just shy of 4 years.
Yes.
And not just in a coma, missing.
I was gone. I just disappeared for a bit. Some
Okay.
people thought I just kind of like went into the woods
Yeah,
and
Go on.
dug myself into a hole or something.
Yes, makes
but
sense.
anyway.
Perfect sense.
What's that?
Exactly. Go on.
Okay.
Carry on.
So during this time, what I experienced was I walked up to what I thought was going to be the pearly gates, but it wasn't. They weren't pearls; they were meatballs.
Because you went downstairs instead of upstairs?
No, actually, I was like,
It's because you ate that pork that wasn't kosher.
there actually wasn't any.
That'll get
and
ya.
I got
Yep,
and I
that'll
got
get ya.
tattoos. That'll do it too.
That'll do it.
Yeah,
That damn Mothman will bring you right down every time.
yeah, I got tattoos, and one of them's fucking Mothman. That's I don't
Hey,
think
the other
Yahweh's
one's a
gonna appreciate that
condom on your wrist, so.
True.
one. Yeah, dude. Yep, exactly.
So meatballs.
Yeah, anyway, meatballs, yeah. So, and the gate, you know how normally, like, when you think of the pearly gates, it's got, like, these like, metal sort of, like, rails that just kind of,
No.
you know what I mean? That kind of make up the gates?
Sure.
Yeah, see, Alex gets it. Those were, like, spaghetti noodles.
Got it.
Are you familiar with Pastafarianism?
I am.
Well, I met the flying spaghetti, and let me tell you. You know what he said to me?
Was his name Jim?
Oh, dude.
No,
Because that would
his
make
name
sense.
His name was Flying Spaghetti Monster. He might have been Jim. I don't think I actually got his birth name.
Yeah.
And what's Flying-
Colloquially, he's known as Jim.
What was that?
I can see it.
Colloquially.
Oh, okay.
I just had to sound it out,
Colonially.
otherwise I knew I was going to fuck it up.
Listen,
Listen to it back. It sounded correct.
Colloquially.
maybe we'll slow it down.
Yeah.
Anyway, so Flying Spaghetti Monster, or I guess we'll just say Jim, because that was probably what he went by.
Yeah.
With his buds. He looked at me and he said, "Blessed be upon you, Skemto bird, ramen." And then
Okay.
I woke up. That whole encounter took about 4 years.
Just under.
Yeah, just under, like, well, almost 4
Mhm.
years. It's like 3 months shy.
Mhm.
And then
So did they let you
yeah.
in past the meatball gate?
He doesn't know he
a
woke
little
up.
bit. They were gonna let me in, but then I kind of just woke up. But I saw some things that were behind it. They're like some meatball people.
Really? There wasn't
Like,
like just
yeah.
boobs? Because I feel like
There's
that's...
some of that. Well, there was some of that too, but it was made out of rigatoni.
Did you
So-
meet the Chef Boyardee?
Yes, he was actually. He's. How'd you know that?
I just
He's-
figured he was up there.
he's-
He seems like
he's one of the
busy
angels.
doing big things. Oh, really? Okay.
Yeah. Yeah, he hands out
Saint
cans of
Boyardee.
his product.
They call him Saint Boyardee up there.
Saint Chef.
Saint Boyardee. Saint Boyardee. Yeah, that's his formal name.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Got it.
We were kind of close though. So, I
So
just
in
called
other
him-
words,
I usually just call him Chef.
so to sum up here, you die, you go see some meatballs.
Yeah, dude.
Now,
Yeah, dude.
how do you? Did they explain how you get in? Like, so you saw some meatballs. Like, were these Swedish meatballs? Were they
Yes,
like
actually, I
IKEA
was gonna
style
say.
meatballs?
I was gonna say the best thing about it is that they were Swedish meatball.
Yeah.
How did
Yeah.
you know they were Swedish?
Well, I ate one. I'm right
Did
there.
they?
I'm
Is
think
that
I'm not
when
gonna
you
take a
woke up
bite.
because they got upset?
No,
I thought he
no,
was
no,
going to
no,
say
no,
they
he wasn't
sounded
upset
like
about
a
it.
Swedish chef.
No, you're allowed to.
Fucking Swedish.
Oh, the Swedish chef was there too.
They all just went, "How's it going, bros? His name's PewDiePie."
He didn't make it there.
Oh.
Oh,
Yeah.
rip. It's because
Yeah.
he's not a meatball.
Yeah.
Because he's not
Are you
dead.
saying I am?
Yes.
You're a fucking meatball. I don't want to hear it.
Hey, thanks,
yeah.
dude.
I'm
Dude,
trying.
Well, dude.
you're the one tucking a napkin into your shirt for a pickle.
Oh, I forgot I had that. Thank you.
All right. So I'll go next. Give Acorn a little bit of time to kind of get the vibe a little bit more. Now, Stein, I know there's already scientific explanations, but I don't want to hear that. I want to hear the Steinientific explanation.
Wow. What a word.
See what I did there?
What a wordsmith.
See what I did there? Yeah, that was good.
Good one, dude.
Stein, tell me in your own logical way, why are rainbows formed after it rains?
Got you good, you fucker.
Okay, hold on. Let me ponder that over this here pickle.
Makes sense.
Can't believe. Hang on, we're not breezing past this. Why are you cutting a pickle with a fork and knife?
I get it.
Well, you're
Caesar
here
on the
asking about it,
gums.
aren't you?
What's that?
You're here asking me about it, aren't you?
That's fair.
Mm-hmm.
What?
That's why.
I thought it was because you had soft teeth and because I have sensitive gums, so I understood.
Yeah, my teeth are actually made out of marshmallow.
That's not even true.
How do you know that, Stubbs?
I've
Prove
seen
it.
you eat.
Prove it. You want to take a bite of my teeth?
Yeah,
No.
give them here.
Yeah.
Wow.
So rainbows. You ever have you ever watched My Little Pony?
No.
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 Me neither. But anyway, in My Little Pony, from what I understand,
Yeah.
there's this little leprechaun. His name's Jerry. And what he did, this is how the show ended. He came on the show, and I don't know if you knew this, but My Little Pony, that's a live recording. Like, it's real life. So it's not animated. They just kind of look like that. It's weird. And this leprechaun, Jerry, walks in, and he just murdered the whole fucking set. But would you know the ponies, they all bleed different colors, and all that blood kind of ran together, and then it formed a rainbow. And then I guess there was a lot of it, so it just kind of left the set a bit,
Yeah.
and then went into the sky. And now,
Yeah, but how did it go into the sky?
well, I think
Did
the
the-
flying spaghetti monster saw it and thought it was a good idea, so he put it there.
Oh, that makes
Did the
sense.
leprechaun have any relations to the Lucky Charms leprechaun?
I think like first cousins to one of them. I don't remember their names. What are their names?
But it's not in relation to the Disney hit movie back in like the early 2000s where the leprechaun played basketball, right? Completely different leprechaun.
What?
Is that a thing?
Yeah, back in
That
the
is a
early
thing.
2000s, there was a boy that was also part leprechaun that was extremely gifted at basketball. And in the very final, like, big hurrah, I think it got revealed that he was a leprechaun.
But I'm more confused about the fact that you just said there was multiple Lucky Charms leprechauns. Is
Yeah,
that
I thought
weird?
there was only one.
There's only one.
No, there's Lucky.
Oh yeah, there is. I was thinking of Snap, Crackle, and Pop.
I thought so. The
Yeah.
Keebler elves.
Those aren't
those
the
aren't-
Keebler elves.
No, those are what?
Because it's Kellogg and Keebler. There's multiple elves.
I know.
What the fuck is happening?
This is stupider than my explanation, dude.
Did you know that the Keebler elves lives in trees? The tree fact.
That is a
There you
tree
go.
fact. Oh my god. Yes, this is exactly what we need here.
All right.
Wow. So that's my explanation. The flying spaghetti monster did it. Jerry went on a murdering fucking rampage.
Yeah. Hashtag fuck Jerry. Am I right?
Yeah.
Fuck Jerry.
If your name's Jerry,
Fuck you, Jerry.
How can we
Acorn?
spin this into something to piss off PETA?
My uncle.
Except for Jerry, the driver, I really appreciate your services. And when you have my deliveries on time, I could kiss you on the forehead. You're a good guy, Jerry. But any other Jerry, fuck you.
yeah, you got it.
Oh shit.
Got him.
All right, Mr. Acorn has
All right.
prepared a Steinism.
Stein.
Let's hear it.
Should Rose from the Titanic be charged with murder? Because there was clearly enough room on the door for two bodies.
Mhm.
I feel like she 100% was just like she had another dude on. He was the side piece. He's like, I don't know how I'm gonna get like Devin can't find out about this. So like,
Mhm.
what's your opinion on this?
Great question.
Fucking pickle. Stop.
Dude.
I wish I could keep a straight face. I have no poker face.
Oh,
Anyway,
you meant poker face. Got it.
what?
He got it
All
eventually.
right, whatever. Anyway, no, I didn't get it still.
I don't
Anyway,
know. Reskos.
Rose being charged with murder. I've actually kind of wondered that myself. Like, real talk. I watched that movie like 10 years ago or something, and I was like, "There's plenty of room on there. What the fuck are you doing?"
Movie came out in 1998.
Yeah, I watched it like 10 years ago. I watched it again before that, but then I didn't think about the murder thing until the second watch.
have a
I came out in
follow-up question to
1997. I watched it when I was 1, actually.
Yeah.
What's your follow-up question?
No, continue with what you're saying about the murder,
Okay.
but I have a follow-up question.
Anyway, yeah, I guess I didn't actually get to the Steinism part. That was
Yeah.
real.
Yeah.
Anyway, so what I think happened here is I think she should be charged with murder. And I say this because I didn't actually think of why. I didn't realize that. I need to ponder this one a bit
So
more.
here's
I'm
my
not gonna
follow-up
lie. That
question.
was-
Ladies
If you
and
think she'd be
gentlemen,
charged
Alright,
with
let's do
murder.
that follow-up question.
I tried to
We'll
be
get
as
to a-
random as possible, but like legitimately, I've struck a chord. And Stein is like, I've been thinking about this for the last 3 months. Actually, this bitch.
How many murders
That's
should
the
she
one
be
that got
charged
me.
with then?
I will think of an explanation, but sorry, what was that?
How many murders should she be charged with them? Just Jack's or all of the other people that drowned?
No, that's a great question actually, because I think probably everyone. So here's what happened.
It's been 84 years. Statute of limitations, bitch. Look at me like
Anyway.
that.
All right. Anyway, so I think she should be charged with the murder of everybody on the boat. And why
Yeah.
I say that is because after Jack painted, was her name Rose? Yeah.
Yes.
After Jack painted,
Drew, yeah.
his name is Jack, right? I think it's Jack.
Yes.
After Jack painted Rose,
You have no idea what you're talking about, brother.
I know a little bit of what I'm talking about.
Was that painting
Um,
technically like the original OnlyFans?
Did,
No, I
did
think
people pay to see it?
The ancient Egyptians did that.
People probably pay now to
I
see
agree.
it.
Yeah, the ancient Egyptians.
Do
that.
they?
If you look far back enough on OnlyFans, you can find ancient Egyptian porn. It's pretty
True.
cool. And you could call yourself a archaeologist too while you're watching it. Anyway,
That would actually, I think they call those porn historians.
you mean Pistorians?
I knew he was gonna say it. As soon as you
No.
said porn historian, I was like, he's gonna say piss.
What?
Piss wigglers.
Why? Okay, yeah, piss wigglers. So, sorry, piss wigglers.
This is the
just a
stupidest
funny word,
conversation
but
we've ever had.
It's really bad. So anyway, after
You thought
Jack
we were
painted
brain
Rose,
rot before.
Rose
You know who I'm talking about.
Rose saw this painting, and she was horrified because what Jack painted wasn't Rose. It was her mom.
That's deep.
Is that your whole
That's not deep.
explanation?
No, I can't do this
That's
one.
deep.
Can we cut? Restart this one?
No,
No,
I'm like
I
breaking.
can give you a different
This is-
one.
No.
No,
Fuck,
this
dude.
is classic
Ladies and
so far.
gentlemen, for the first time in podcast history, somebody has stumped Stein. He has no explanation.
Wow. Why can't I figure out how to take this one? It's not like what I say normally makes any sense.
Can we just
For the
go back
first
and
time
listen
in
to what he just
7
said?
episodes.
He's not sure how to take this one.
Nice.
Can we just go
And
back
neither
to
did
that?
Jack.
Yeah, dude, that's what she said, dude.
Like, there's a
All
little bit of
right.
room. Like I can
Losing
scooch right there. Like, oh no,
All right.
you know, it's just. Oh no.
I got this. Take 15. So, Jack painted Rose. What he actually painted was her mom. Now, this really upsetted Rose because she already had a thing for her mom. So she's like, Jack does too. That's not okay. So what she did was she went on a kind of like a really kind of undercover murder spree. Maybe that's not the right term because she didn't like do the murder spree. Actually, she just did one thing that caused all the murders. And what she did was she just like went down into the hull of the Titanic and like just chewed through the metal a bit, kind of gnawed on it. She like went up there and was like, and just like bit right through it. And then she found this door just like floating around in the ocean when she chewed through it and got outside. It wasn't from the Titanic. It was just kind of there. Nobody really knows how it got there. And then she just kind of climbed up there. Oh, you know what it was? I just figured it out. It was probably the door from the bottom of the Mariana Trench.
That makes
Oh.
sense. That makes sense.
Yeah. Probably. Yeah. And
The
then
made up one.
Yeah, the made up. Well, it was made up. It actually just fell off a long time ago, and then it was next to the Titanic.
You ever listen to
and
a
then,
story and then you feel yourself starting to drool?
Yeah, I do it every time I tell one. Yeah, and then Jack climbed on there, and she was like, "Oh, you might have you knew I was all mad, so you're gonna frame me." So later, dude. Later, dude. Get out of here.
Later.
Wait.
Later, dude.
So Rose's mom was actually on the door?
No. It was Rose, but Jack painted her mom, and Rose was upset
Oh,
because
so
Rose
Rose
also
is
had
the
a
one
thing.
that chewed the hole in the hull of the
So
ship.
the
at bottom.
motivation was that Rose was scorned.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
I don't really know how Jack knew her mom. I don't know if she was on the boat too.
She
Might have
was.
Could have been the captain. I don't know.
You're gonna have to rewatch the movie.
Her mother was on the boat.
Yeah.
And looks
Oh,
nothing
she was?
like her. Yes.
Well, that's how she knew it was her mom and not her, because she's something like her. Also, anything like
Yep.
so.
Kathy Bates
Yeah, dude.
was also on the boat.
Say Norman
Kathy
Bates.
Kathy Bates.
No, not Norman Bates.
Oh boy.
I don't know how you got Norman from Kathy.
Norman
Is that the
Reedus?
Bates Motel guy?
Daryl
No.
does get lost a
Yes,
lot
it
in
is
The
the
Walking
Bates
Dead.
Motel guy.
Oh, all right.
So
That was my That was my Stein explanation.
all right. Nice, dude.
I feel like I've
So-
lost brain cells. Like I made myself lose.
Yeah.
brain
If
that
we
was-
had,
like, I
if
was
we didn't
brutal.
lose brain cells in the first 6 episodes, this last 30 minutes or so has really made my brain shrink.
This is one of the most
I'm so
painful
sorry.
verbal holes I've dug myself into.
Is anyone else hearing the low HP Pokemon sound that doo doo
No,
Oh,
so am I.
There might be an issue there, Stein. Anyway, so I have something to bring up. We some of us had talked about this the other day, but I know Acorn wasn't there. And you know what? I still want to talk about it on the podcast anyway. So, what kind of things do people say during, like, specifically during small talk that really just piss you off?
Oh, that's
like,
right. Oh,
So, like, I just want to deck you. Because I can tell you, like,
living the dream.
Living the dream, that's a good one. One of mine specifically is right after or during rain. And somebody's like, yeah, well, we needed it. Shut the fuck up. Don't ever say that shit to me again.
You know what?
I
I'm
will
gonna do
lock
that
you
every
in a
time.
cellar.
Fucking stay dry out there. wait.
I fucking hate that shit.
I'm gonna start using all of these so much. I just want you to take notes.
Can't wait.
The Ohio weather gets us hit with the yeah, it wouldn't be that bad if it wasn't for the wind. It wouldn't be that cold if it wasn't for the wind. And that one's just like,
the
no,
weather
it's cold.
outside is
it's
weather.
below freezing. It's cold. What do you mean? Like,
Nah, it'd be like 70 out if it wasn't windy.
Or
fucking-
like on January 31st, and they're like, see you next year.
Why would they say
Will
that on
you?
January 31st?
Yeah, dude. January
Isn't that what I
31st.
December 31st.
What an idiot! Fucking look at this
Wow.
guy.
what a silly little
Fucking
will you?
dumbass.
Will you see me? You're not going to see me next year. You keep this shit up.
All right, John Cena.
Dur, 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 dur.
Da, 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 da.
That's it. That's the ticket.
Yeah, there we go.
Nice.
Or
Give me a ticket. You're not a cop.
All right.
or you just paid a cashier and they're counting the money and they're like, and you're like, should be good. I just printed it this morning.
Oh,
I told you that one, and it fucking pisses me off.
there's so
I
I
hate
working
that
in
one.
retail. One of the notorious. It's always fucking old people, man. It's always fucking old people.
They don't know how to
the whole,
shut up. Sorry, Stubbs.
Oh no! So my go. Stubbs, don't worry. I'm ancient too, baby. We in this together. Like I remember one time I rung someone up back when I was working for Walmart, and they had like one. I was like, "Do you want a bag with that?" And they're like, "No, she's not that ugly." I'm like, "Stop."
Oh my
First of all,
god.
Stop. God
Acorn.
Damn.
Not
up?
one person here called me ancient. You did just now.
Hey guys, it's been great podcast. Thank you for having me on.
You're like, don't
You can-
worry, bro. I'm ancient too. No
right,
one
wait,
said
hold on.
ancient. No
We're
one
in
said
this
it.
together. I'm just about to turn to dust.
No one said ancient.
I gotta ask you something now that this came up, Stubbs, because I noticed something that really like weirded me out for a second. Did you like bite the brim of your hat?
Story.
I
Af-
did, yeah.
Why did you do that?
I don't know. It felt right.
Okay, I'm
Did
glad.
Yeah.
To who?
To me at the time. You don't bite things
It's,
when you're frustrated? You don't like grit your teeth?
No.
Well,
No, I already have bad
Right.
teeth.
You
I have
don't
soft
you when you
gums.
grit your teeth, it's bad for your teeth. So I bit the brim of my hat because I was gritting my teeth.
Because that's a lot better for your teeth, yeah.
It's cardboard. Yes, it's better than biting down on your teeth.
Is it?
The
softer.
inside of the brim of a hat is cardboard
Fair enough.
or some
I
sort
thought
of
teeth were cardboard.
board. Your face
Um,
is
Yeah, I mean, one time I we bit a cell phone out of frustration. Screen.
I remember that.
That's a story.
Mm-hmm.
Huh?
That's a true story.
I think I remember that.
Probably.
Was that in high school?
No.
Why did you bite it though? Why not like throw it?
I
Because
have
you
asked
really wanted
myself
a
the
pickle.
same question many times after.
That's fair. I guess I've never
He's a
had the-
weird little dude. If you haven't noticed by
Yeah, I
6
guess I-
episodes previously released.
You're right.
It wasn't a wise decision.
I guess I've never just never really bit anything out of frustration, so that's why I'm lost.
Yeah, I
think
just do that thing
the
where I
hat
like
was
punch
pretty
the
much
air
a
little
first
bit.
time for me. So
I've just like a shake that I do when I'm frustrated. I don't know. Just my impulse is not to just shove a thing in my mouth.
What other kinds of weird things do you?
Go on.
Don't even have to make the joke. I'm already laughing.
What other kinds of weird things do you guys do when you're mad?
You got mine.
That's a great question. What do I do?
So old man, white guy. Like, good golly gosh, man. Like, I one time I remember I was back when I was in school. We were doing circuit work and like learning how circuits work. That's what you do with circuit work.
Yeah, circuit work. Naturally.
Yeah, you doing circuit work?
I was
you're doing
stumped.
stuff with circuits and fucking.
I was stumped on this one, and it was like quiet because the class was super small. It was like
Did you
8
say stumped?
people. No, but but we had one of the coolest professors, and this is another reason why I didn't graduate, because I had him for every class every year until this it was announced that it was his final class. Anyways, it was quiet for like 45 minutes, and I just out of nowhere was like, good golly gosh. And like the teacher stopped, shut his book, stood up, and he was like, guys, you guys got to dial it in. Tyler just hit us with the triple G. And that's when I knew that I had a problem with the whole old man white mannerisms.
Are you trying to tell us that when you get angry, you turn into Ned Flanders?
Yeah.
Why I oughta?
I've given a why I oughta.
Oh yeah.
I have.
Oh, I love
I'm
that.
I like shake and breathe heavily.
What's that, Subs?
I shake and breathe heavily when I get angry. And it's always through my nose. Like just heavy breathing through my nose, and my legs will start shaking.
Yeah.
I do the foot tap.
I do the foot tap. When I get angry, I get to the point where I'm unnecessarily arguing over something that shouldn't be argued. That's my angry.
Mm-hmm.
It's just like I'll get really pissed about something, and somebody will be like, the sky's blue. I'm like, no, it's not, it's green. And then we just start arguing about it. It's just stupid.
Is it green?
It might be. I think it's more of a magenta. I need to yell, so I'll just like go somewhere like private, like my car, and I'll just yell real quick,
and I'll just be like, "Yay!
I've grabbed my beast cat before, and just I guess this is kind of close to the whole biting thing, where I've just like fucking face planted right into her and just screamed because of how large and furry she is, so it just muffles the scream completely.
Who?
I think you cut out there for a second.
My very obese cat.
Oh, really thought you were talking about a partner.
Was the word we missed?
Cat.
Yeah, we definitely missed the word cat in there.
Oh, we just heard
you say,
it sounded like you're straight up like
scream.
You're straight up diving into her snatch, dude. Just fucking right in there, dude.
You just ever rage sex before? Man, that's how you got to get it out.
It's like, babe, fucking, and then just right in.
What was that noise?
That was
the most aggressive cunnilingus you'll ever have.
Yeah, that's the noise of the legs opening.
That was that was a wide spread.
Yeah, and the thighs just hitting down. And the fact you were just talking about being furry, I'm just like, wow, okay, man, like the natural. All right, let's go.
Yeah, dude's just straight up like,
you said podcast is censored. Acorn unhinged.
Wow.
I just love that I used the word snatch for vagina. I'm going to go back to that.
I personally am a big fan of clunge.
Fun fact, I was reading a book one time in middle school, and the main character's name was Cooter, and I wasn't aware that Cooter could be used as that term. So I went around the whole day and was talking about my boy Cooter in the book. And man, did that not go pleasantly for a week for me. So
nice.
Yeah,
dude.
me and Cooter are going to hang out after work.
I'm calling you Cooter from now on, dude.
Oh, God.
What up, Cooter? Wait.
So eventually, I can't remember what her name was, but she was like, "You know what that word means, right?" And I'm like, "It's just a dude in the book I'm reading." And she's like, "It's vagina." And I'm like, "Oh, it explains all the weird looks."
Mm-hmm.
I don't know why that one really got me.
Hey, you wanna sit with us at lunch? Nah, I'm sitting with Cooter.
Yeah, me and my boy Cooter, we go way back.
Me
Yep.
and Coots Magoots.
Coots Magoots. What have we turned into? I was having a conversation with some coworkers about this very podcast. And apparently one of them claims they have to take multiple breaks throughout watching the podcast so they don't die of brain rot. How do you guys feel about that?
That's about right. I mean, that's pretty much what I expected
We have
from our viewers.
approximately 60 plus TikToks that are constantly scrolling during this podcast.
And by viewers, I mean
understand.
viewer.
Listen here, Jason.
Yeah.
Is it Jerry?
This is educational material, and I think you could learn a lot
Guys.
from watching this. Maybe 8 hours a day.
Guys, I rescued a dog, by
you
the
should
way.
do it.
I rescued a dog.
Sorry?
You rescued a dog?
I
What?
rescued a dog.
Okay, go on.
Can we see?
I mean, I don't have any pictures, but so
Can we see?
I mean, it's not here yet. But I rescued a dog. It's a bit of a mutt. It's a wiener pit, just like your mom.
I get it. You didn't actually rescue a dog, did you? Wow, dude.
Wow.
Can you explain
You
that?
don't have. Hang on. You don't have pictures of the wiener pit?
Yeah, where's the
Dude,
wiener
I
pit?
didn't rescue a dog.
I know.
Where's the wiener pit though? Where is it?
I don't know. Don't you have a picture of your mother?
Where is it, dude?
Are you guys looking
No,
at wiener
actually-
pits? Like it's.
Oh my god, it's an actual dog.
Is it really?
It's actually
Oh, I
a
love
wiener
that.
Gotta see
pit?
it. I gotta
That
see
is
this.
incredible.
I gotta see this.
Wait, yeah, I gotta see
Oh,
this.
that one's actually kind of cute.
Yeah, I gotta see this.
Wiener
You wanna-
pit.
You want to throw that in the side chat?
I
You
got
can show our
Well,
audience.
we gotta
as
show.
well.
Yeah, we gotta show the audience.
Oh yeah.
Oh, this one's for an actual
Oh my
dog.
god!
Yes, that's what I'm saying.
That is one of the most disgusting animals I've ever seen in my life.
Wait, where'd you? put it?
That legitimately looks like
Yeah.
a Do you know how back in the old Ratchet and Clank and Jack and Daxter games when you could use a cheat code and do the big head mode?
Oh.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That is precisely what this dog looks like.
Hold on.
Oh no.
Here you go.
I just put the Google image in there. Oh, I'm
Wait,
not
I
allowed.
kinda-
Never mind.
That is unfortunate for that dog.
There it is.
I kind of want one.
That is
though.
a wiener pit. Right there.
Show you a wiener pit in a
Your
minute.
I
face is a
kinda-
wiener pit.
I kind of want one.
What would be more comical here? The wiener dog body with the pit bull giant head, or could you imagine a beefy, meaty pit bull, like one of those bronc pit bulls with a tiny little wiener dog head?
No,
Sorry,
no,
did you
this
call
is
it
definitely
bronc?
Bronc, stronk.
I
Bronc.
think-
I went bronc.
Bronc.
because
I really
strong
want
and
to
bark.
see a combination of the two. So I want to see like wiener dog head on like a pit bull body with wiener dog legs.
Oh my god.
dog.
So basically like the dog I
Wow.
just shared. In other
So a
words.
potato.
Which one did you share? I want to see the one you shared.
I kind of want
Oh.
that dog. He's kind of cute, in a weird way.
Yeah, sure.
We should name him Cockhole.
Sorry, one more time?
I said I could name him Cockhole.
Oh, I thought you said
Oh, you got it.
taco.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
I thought you
Taco,
said-
yeah.
Yeah.
Phil McCracken.
Phil McCracken.
Bill
There we go.
McCracken.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's Phil McCracken himself, actually, in that picture.
Yeah.
It's actually Stein's maiden name.
What?
It works if you don't think about it.
I think
Oh,
I'd
that's fair.
I think I'd name that dog Bethany.
And I said, what about
I'd definitely name that
Chris
dog
at
Frank.
Bethany's?
Mm-hmm.
Frank. Yeah, you know what? You know what I think would be a better name for that dog than Frank? Chris. All right, let's resume.
Oh no!
I've known Stein for very little, but I've never seen Stein that serious.
Hey, so we're gonna move off that topic. How do you guys feel about Elon Musk?
Oh, he's terrible.
I would like to have one of the real life warthogs, please.
Wait, what?
The real?
Oh, the fucking the Cybertruck.
Cybertruck.
Oh my!
And I would 100% get it cell shaded, so it would look like OG Halo.
Wait, that's actually kind of awesome.
I
feel
like
the
Elon
Warthog
Musk,
looks better.
so I don't know.
I like
Elon Musk?
Starlink.
Yeah.
I don't know enough about politics to say anything other than those two things.
Like that, but that's what I'm saying. Like I have no
So this is-
opinion of his politics. Like it
This
is
what
what
I'm
it
gonna
is.
say.
Like for
Yeah.
what he's brought to stuff, and of course people are gonna say, "Oh, it wasn't him that blah 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 blah." No, but he had the marketing brain big enough to bring all of this stuff to what we're doing right now. Like people loved Elon Musk until Tesla made him a billionaire. Everybody was loving Elon Musk. Everybody loved him until he became a billionaire, and then they're like, "Nope, he's rich now. We hate him." So you hate him just based off the fact that he's a billionaire? Okay.
This is what I'm going to say about Elon. I think SpaceX, fantastic for just the overall evolution of humankind.
Well, it's privatized
Tesla?
space exploration. Yeah.
Right. Tesla, fantastic for the overall advancement of humankind. I hate his acquisition of Twitter. I won't deny that in the slightest. I don't think it was a smart idea. I don't like what he's done with the product. Sorry. X.
Yeah, that name change is fucking stupid.
Yeah.
Like, I'm not going to deny that. Like, just keep Twitter, dude. Like, why?
Is this child really named using
Yes.
wingdings?
Yes, his name is
Using
like, it's
wingdings?
XAE something. I don't remember the whole thing. It's like numbers and shit.
Crazy.
No, it's Sasha. Yeah, that's how he said it.
Yeah, but it's pronounced
Sasha.
like a regular name. Like, that's.
Yeah, Sasha.
That's weird. I don't like that.
Yeah, I don't either.
Sorry
but,
for my bilge.
I mean, you say bilge?
Belch. I
Sorry
burped
for
into
my
my
bulge.
microphone.
Sorry for my bilge.
Sorry, my
my
bulge. My
bulge.
belch bump.
Oh, my bulging. Yeah.
Yeah.
So, like for real though, that was just to piss one particular person off.
No.
I could acknowledge the things that he's achieved. I mean, SpaceX has been absolutely revolutionary for the industry, obviously.
Absolutely.
And I mean, advancements in EV technology is great for the planet. And
For the most part, yeah.
for the most part,
Other than the
it's not-
cobalt mining. But
Yeah, other
that's a
than
different,
cobalt mining,
that's a different,
yes.
that's a different
Um,
issue.
Yeah, I think
Wait,
it's something
time
like I think it hurts like the environment of like the fish in the Pacific or something.
Mhm.
It's
Yeah, we
not
don't care about them.
it's not perfect, but it's not perfect, but it's still an improvement.
Mhm.
Acorn, I think you're
What were
going
you
to
going
say
to
something.
say, Acorn?
Bitcoin is him, right?
No, that's Dogecoin.
No.
Never mind.
Dogecoin is him?
And
Dogecoin.
Dogecoin isn't him. Dogecoin.
I think-
So Dogecoin came around and was its own meme coin before Elon Musk was a thing. People got rich off it because Elon Musk tweeted about Dogecoin and it skyrocketed.
Mhm.
It's basically the same thing. Well, that's not the same thing, but it's a lot of the same stuff of like what GameStop did with the with longs and shorts and all that stuff to keep GameStop in business. Between
Yeah, that was,
not WikiLeaks, friggin' the
AMC?
stock. I can't friggin' remember the name of it anyway.
Yeah, me.
Speaking of, sorry, go ahead.
I was gonna say meme stocks and stuff like that. It's just such a crazy thing to delve into.
Yeah.
It's just wow, you could actually manipulate the market.
Yeah,
by just being
meme coins
an
is
idiot.
such a weird thing.
Yeah, it's
Like
kinda-
they have
it's
another
kinda
one
funny.
called that's called Doge Elon Mars. That is another coin that is based off of the Doge network, but it's got Elon Musk's name in it. And Mars, they only made it literally to make it with his name in it, so that the price would go up.
Love that. But yeah, at the same time, again with his acquisition of Twitter, I hate what he's done with the product, but I'm also not very invested in it because I've never been active on Twitter. But I know it's a very influential platform, and from what I understand, he's restricting access to a lot of people by adding more like payment between the user and the product. But
isn't there a whole thing nowadays where like if you're not verified, there's like a much lower chance for anyone to ever see your posts? Acorn, you're probably on Twitter the most.
I was gonna say, actually, I don't remember. I know I'm verified on Instagram, but I don't think I'm verified on Twitter. And ever since he took it over, I actually think that he fixed the algorithm, and my posts get a lot more reach. I actually see a lot more interactions with people that I'm not following and that are following me, and like they'll like it, especially if I share any kind of media, not like a retweet or something, but if I personally upload like a picture or a video or something like that, I think it gets cycled around a lot more. Because like even with retweets, like Y2K can retweet one of my tweets and it'll get a little bit more push, but as of late, like just a basic push like post is still getting a lot of interactions with other people. So I think I don't know if it's I don't really know how algorithms work. I'm not a smart guy when it comes to that. Please, I wish I could figure it out, but I don't know if like one like pushes it back through or whatever it is. It's just really weird. Like ever since he took it over, I've noticed a lot more growth in my posts and stuff.
Nice.
Do you think that's just because of the amount of thirst DMs that you get nowadays?
Because of them thighs and them cheeks.
Asking me if I wanted to be his sugar baby, and then I told him send money, and he said a bunch of words that I couldn't understand, and then I said send money and I'll send feet, and then it was just a scam the whole time. I knew it was a scam the whole time, but I was just curious if I could ruin his day, and I think I successfully did it because he hit me with question marks like for like 13 messages in a row. And I think he was like, I'm gonna get his bank account number. I was like, yeah, so do you want like my bank account number and the login and stuff like that? And he's like, yeah. And I was just like, so like my Cash App? And question mark.
Yes.
Oh, I love that. Oh my god.
You guys ever, if you get a scam call?
I love scam calls.
Do you guys ever like answer it and try to fuck with them for as long as possible?
110%.
I used to do that, but I get so many lately that I just can't. I just nope. My phone has like a screen.
I got a scam message in Discord the other day that I played along with.
I got one right now. It says, "How is your channel progressing so far?"
You should tell them.
I went on a conversational thing with this person, by the way.
Oh yeah?
Oh, I did.
Yeah.
So they waved at me and they said hi. And I said, hi. How are you doing? Nice. Thank you. And then they proceeded to send me a picture of them. This picture is Amaranth.
Dude, I didn't know you were like that. I go,
is that you?
I didn't know you were chill like that.
I go, is that you? This person goes, yes, but why? They go, pay me $150, please. I go, why? I go, you look remarkably similar to Amaranth. They just go, yeah.
You should have just sent them a picture of the stub with no context.
Exactly. So, do you pay me $100, please? Oh, and the name of the picture you uploaded literally is labeled Amaranth. And they just go, yes. But do you pay me $150? I go, Amaranth, is that really you? They said, yeah, sure. They go, can you pay me 150? I go, no way. I'll take 150 if you're giving it out. And that they didn't answer after that.
Oh.
Do you
What's
want me to
Amaranth?
continue the conversation right now and be like, so where's that 150?
Yeah, you should. Absolutely.
No, just copy the "you pay me 150?" question mark.
Amaranth is one of the. I think she's still the top female streamer. Is that correct?
I think she's definitely. I think the one that started the hot tub stream trend. I think.
Yeah. But she
I
became
just sent do pay me only
an
$150,
OnlyFans
please.
Girl as well. She got really rich off of that. Now she owns gas stations. Did you know that?
Amaranth?
I am
She
not caught
owns
up on the
gas
Amaranth
stations.
lore.
I mean, that makes sense. You talk about like continuous revenue.
Mm-hmm. But she's like one of, if not the one of the most popular female streamers, I believe.
I don't know many streamers, to be honest with you, other than
Because I think
like
isn't she
friends.
one of the ones that went to Kick when it first launched?
I think so.
Like XQC or whoever the other person.
I don't know. I've never actually watched her content.
Yeah,
I
neither
just
have I.
know.
I just know
You
she's
haven't?
hot tub girl.
Install hot tub
and-
streams. It's awesome.
hell yeah,
Dude,
dude.
Subs is like, thought I was in heaven. I was told there was boobs. There was just meatballs.
I
though.
went on there because I was looking for
There it is.
$150.
Fuck.
I'm like, damn, Amaranth, give me my 150.
Type in her chat. Where's my 150?
Where's my 150? And then she writes my name on her skin. It's crazy.
Uh,
I'll write your name on my skin.
Nice. It's not already there?
Where?
I'm disappointed.
Yeah, I have a tramp stamp.
Nice. Right on,
Stubbs,
right on
if
his
you
inner
could
thigh.
pick-
Just says Stubbs on his inner thigh.
Stubbs, if you could pick one spot on each of our bodies to put the word Stubbs, where would it be for each of us and why?
Hands down, first thought, Acorn's ass cheeks. Hands down.
Oh, yeah.
plenty of
Hand
real
down.
estate.
Excuse me. Hand down.
Plenty of real estate.
Yep.
No, you're going in my inner thigh, and the S will be my dick.
What?
It's a tiny S.
And squiggly.
It's quickly. Thin penis.
Like a pigtail.
Oh.
This is going on the internet.
I'd have to go with.
Wait. I wanted to say something when it first came on. Hi, Stein's mom.
Oh,
Substein's mom.
Hi, my mom. How are you? I don't think she even watched episode 1 yet.
Mom? No, but your cousin has. Hi,
fair.
Stein's cousin.
Jesus.
I'm
Christ.
still looking at this fucking wiener dog.
What? Fucking
Yeah,
you
me
Google.
too.
It's a wiener pit.
I know. Every once in a while, I look over and I
like
just
your
see
mom.
this dog staring so menacingly at me with his tongue fucking.
Hey, do that face again?
Hey, Stein, can I get an impression of a wiener pit?
Oh, yeah, you know, we meow in the pit.
That's gonna get old real
Stein,
quick.
can I get an impression of your mom?
It's me. Stein's
yeah,
mom.
it's me, Stein's mom. Yeah.
Kindergarten cop.
This is the impression of Stein's mom while Stein still lived at home. Why didn't you put the dishes away? Yeah.
It's actually kind of.
Yeah.
How many times do I have
No.
to tell you to move your glass from the coffee table into the sink so I can put it in the dishwasher? Yeah.
No, actually, it's more like a Stein. Can you do the dishes? That's William.
She-
William Shatner is
I
your
was
mom?
gonna say,
Weird.
Yeah, dude.
That's crazy.
Oh, that
That's
was actually
crazy.
my mom, not William Shatner.
Nice.
I just figured the impression was bad enough. that you guys
Acorn, I have a
wouldn't know
question.
It was William
Hey, what's
Shatner.
up?
When you started your fitness journey, how often do you take poops a day?
So I poop
Asking
after.
for a friend.
So tell your friend that when I started, I honestly don't remember it, but like now, I poop after every single meal, and it's usually like scarily closely timed to right around the completion of that meal. So if I complete the meal, I usually got to go in about 15, 20 minutes.
Well, you got to make room.
Well, I
for the
think
other
what it's
stuff to get
doing
in
is when
there.
it's exactly what it
It's a
is.
poop
little
chute?
tunnel. Yeah, and so when I eat the
It's like a
next meal, it
Play-Doh
pushes
fun
the rest
factory
one
in your
yeah,
body.
It's
Yeah,
actually exactly what it is. It's like,
That's how his hair
quit
grows,
doing
too.
this, boss.
Yeah, exactly.
What do you? What, you eat like 15 meals a day?
I eat 4 to 5, and sometimes 6
Okay.
Well, it's because he's bulking up, dude.
when I'm.
What do
when
you
I'm
what do
feeling-
you what do you typically eat for these in between meals? Like you have your breakfast, lunch, dinner, but you're saying 4 to 5. So what do you
Yes.
eat for the in between meals?
So as of late, I've been so like my first meal I have is usually I get a bag of beef jerky because I'm on a huge beef jerky kick, and then I get these like chocolate peanut butter like little bar things. I
Hell
usually
yeah.
have that while I'm. It's gonna sound so
Are
stupid.
those
but
things
what
you
I-
made your Instagram and TikTok on? Those chocolate
The
bars?
Gatsby bars?
Yeah, those
Oh
things.
no, I love those, but I don't typically start with those. Those are more of like a little sweet treat at night.
Oh, gotcha.
They are very very good. The peanut butter lover one. Chef's kiss is so good. But I'll usually, this is what I typically do. This is gonna sound so stupid, but I'll grab my little bar and I'll eat that as I'm going into the store. And then when I go to get my energy drink and my beef jerky, I take the beef jerky and I like almost like pack a lip with it, and I just kind of like hold it in and do my first palate. And then when I'm done with that one, I go get another bit and I throw it in there. So that holds me over until I'm done. And then I have like a little chicken bacon ranch pasta I have.
Ooh.
And then I will do it's
Sounds
so
delicious.
good. So delicious. It's probably my favorite meal of the day. And then after that I have like a basic chicken and rice meal just because it's super easy to meal prep and I like it because I like sauces. When I come home, I usually have some kind of like breakfast variation, whether it's a burrito or a sandwich or something along those
Brinner?
lines. No, this is around like 3. 4 o'clock sometimes. For dinner, I've been a little naughty boy and I've been eating Chipotle a lot lately. But if I'm not having Chipotle, I've been on a huge burger kick. So I have like burgers, and then for like a sweet treat, I'll typically have what I call so it's just vanilla Greek yogurt with some like jam in there and a little bit of brown sugar, and then I
Ooh.
beat it up real bad, and then it tastes like it's I don't
Beat it
know
up real
how or
good.
why, but it tastes like a donut with like a filling.
Real good.
I'll beat it.
So it's like Greek yogurt with some raspberry jam.
Yeah, I love raspberry. So I've been doing the vanilla Greek yogurt with raspberry jam and then light or 0-calorie brown sugar. Delicious.
So because I know your job is pretty active. Obviously, we're not going to talk about what it is exactly you do, but you have a pretty active job.
I walk roughly 18 to 20,000 steps a day.
A lot of steps.
That is crazy.
So
God damn.
with how active your job is, do you find that you need the in-between meals in order to keep you going?
So to keep me going, no. To make me not hangry all the time, yes. I can function
Gotcha.
pretty well with like not having anything. 'Cause I don't like the taking time to eat all the time thing. It's not my cut of my jive. I really like to like have like more 3 meals where it's kind of like a smaller meal and then a good meal right after I work out. And then for dinner, I used to like sit down and feast because like I told you, I had the binge eating thing. But it's just better for like protein synthesis and like just to keep your metabolism up to eat often like that. And it makes me not hangry while I'm at work. So
Gotcha. Okay. I was just curious.
Nice.
You know, I've heard Stein is trying to gain the sheer amount of muscle that you have. So do you have any tips for Stein?
Stein, start eating. It's very easy. What you got to do is whatever your body weight is, eat that many grams of protein a day, and then put sauce on all your food if you're not gaining weight. And then if you're trying to lose weight, take the sauce away. Like the losing weight's much harder than gaining weight. I would recommend definitely like you don't have to worry about 0-calorie things if you're trying to gain weight. Carbs. Do you like pasta? Eat more pasta. Do you like rice?
I
Like
do.
sushi? Pound some sushi.
Oh, I fucking love sushi. That's my
Sushi's
one of my
delicious.
favorite
I
foods.
love sushi. Yes.
You know, I actually wasn't really looking for advice on that, but now that I got it, I like it. So thank you.
No problem.
You'll have to eat more than just a pickle with your fork and knife.
Yeah, turn that pickle into like a bread and butter pickle. There's more
Subs-
calories in it.
With
Oh, I hate
bread
bread and
and
pickles.
butter.
Bread and
yes.
butter.
I love bread and butter pickles, dude.
Oh, they're the
Very-
worst. Stubbs, I'm
You're
gonna
the
shove a
worst.
bread and butter pickle so far up your ass, it is going to come out of your dick hole.
Can I watch?
Yes, you're invited. Alex, you know what? You're invited too.
I don't want to be invited.
Well, it's mandatory, so you're coming.
Oh. Well,
Well, all right.
I guess we've found ourselves in quite a pickle, huh?
Subject.
No, quite a pickle has found itself in Stubbs.
Wow. Wow.
Damn, dude.
Do not eat that pickle after you're done with it. Jesus Christ.
I was planning on eating it.
You don't like bread and butter pickles?
Yeah, but we're gonna fuck. All right,
got him there.
I'll get a fucking half sour one. I don't know, dude.
Be fucking full sour by the time I'm done with it. Jesus Christ.
Yeah, right in the bussy.
You go.
All right. Gonna cut that there.
Are we?
The pick-hussy?
Pick pussy.
Pickle.
Bread and
Pussy.
pussy. Pick pussy's a
Oh no.
The butt snatch.
butt snatch. Fucking butt clunge, dude.
We're
Ass
devolving
plunge.
again, guys. We need to pick it back up.
No, we're good. This is fine.
There's only one way, and it's down.
Exactly. It's what she said.
Yep.
Just-
Yeah, fair.
And then right in between and scream.
Yep.
Yeah,
What are we doing?
Yeah,
What are we doing? Oh, God.
Oh.
Oh man.
Acorn, you got any questions for us that you've ever wanted to ask us? Like
Yeah.
ever?
What are some things that you
What are
want to
some
ask
things that
any
you've
one
ever
of us
wanted to
that
ask
you
any
never
of us?
wanted, that you were never able to?
You know what? Okay.
AMA, dude. AMA.
AMA.
AUA, ask us anything.
Oh no. I was not prepared for this one. Okay. Stubbs.
Yeah.
Here's a question for you.
I know.
What got you into music?
Music.
Oh, well.
He was gonna use that to buy himself some time.
That's it. No, yeah, exactly. No, that's a great question. I was always fascinated by harmony. To the point when I was a kid, I taught myself to sing. I taught myself harmony and melody and singing by singing along with the drone tone of my mother vacuuming. When I was a child, I was like 4 or 5 years old, and when my mother would vacuum, I would hum the same note that the vacuum was pitched at. And then I would move up and down along that pitch to see how it sounded in my ear along with the pitch. So if there was a constant pitch of the vacuum, I would move up and below that pitch to see how it sounded in my ear. That's how I taught myself to sing and harmonize
That's dope.
when I was a
That's
kid.
pretty crazy. I'm not gonna
That's
lie.
pretty neat. But the whole time you were saying that, I was thinking about you just going like,
Yeah. So like, yeah, that's how I taught myself to, and that's how I knew. That's kind of how I knew I really liked music and liked just sound in general. I come from a pretty musical family too. So like my entire father's side of my family is musical. The only person in my father's side of the family that's not musical, my father. So my father was one of 7 kids, and he's the only one that didn't really have any music talent. But my guess is that he never really just did anything with it. He probably could have, but he just didn't do anything with it. But my my cousin, who is 10 years older than me, or ancient, if you guys will, is
Plus 10.
was my biggest influence musically. He was in a pretty big alternative band in the 90s. I say big, and I just kind of mean big in the Boston area. They had a few record deals on the table. They were on Howard Stern and all that stuff, but back in Howard Stern's heyday. But he was he was kind of a really big influence because he's the most musical person in our family. So every time his band would come back, I would be, a kid just sitting, like, while all my friends were off doing stuff, I would be sitting backstage watching my cousin play music. And that was just kind of the thing for me. I mean, high school and stuff like that was not a fun time for me. And it's not that it wasn't necessarily bad. It's just, I didn't give a shit. Like, I fucking hated high school. I just didn't care. So I didn't put any effort into any of my classes other than music.
Mhm.
So like band, chorus, all that other stuff, and music theory classes, things of that nature. If it weren't for the music classes, my GPA would have been fucking trash and I wouldn't have graduated. But but yeah, it was just one of those things where music just always was a thing for me. And it just always was something that I wanted to do. And something that just, you ever have things that just make sense to you? Like
Yes.
music just makes sense. Like when I listen to music and I hear the guitar, I hear the bass, I hear the drums, and I hear the way that they come together in songs, and I hear note selections and melodies and harmonies, and I hear it, and I can, and it just, when I hear it all together, it makes sense in my head. Which is another reason why I'm ultra critical of music today, because things aren't the way that they used to be, and that's an old person thing to say. But
Back in your day.
back in my day, but even post 2000s, once Napster became a thing, honestly, the whole business of pop music and just music listening changed. So, but that sort of thing, like with Reskos, like technology stuff with you, like that stuff, like in Stein, like that stuff just makes sense to you. You know what I mean? Like those things just make sense. Where music is that way to me. Acorn with you, it's like, fitness stuff just makes sense to you when you're talking about getting fit or, building muscle, cutting fat, whatever it may be. Those things
It's
just
all
make
numbers.
sense to you. Huh?
I said it's all numbers, and my brain goes, we like
Right.
these.
And but those things just make sense. It's the same way with music for me. That's just how it is. I don't have perfect pitch, but I have
also
really good
like the
relative
way you
pitch.
light up about things when you talk about like I don't know. I just like it. It's a good. It's a good.
He's very
look on you.
passionate. He's a
You
passionate
are.
man.
I know. You become like a little beacon, and I love it so much.
I'm passionate to a fault about music. But what I'm just
so you're an
saying
Anthony
is...
Fantano fan.
Say that again?
So you're an Anthony Fantano fan, I take it.
Who the hell's that?
You know Anthony Fantano?
No.
He's like a really popular music critic on YouTube.
I'm not familiar with him. No.
Fair enough. Check him out. The
I
needle drop.
like some of the guys that I follow on like YouTube and stuff like that is like Rick Beato. Rick Beato's he's a producer that's done a lot of stuff, but his music stuff is awesome. But
Okay.
His son has perfect pitch, and it's one of the craziest things to watch. Because he's the guy on YouTube and TikTok that you'd see, he'd play a chord at the piano, and his son would be looking away, and he'd be like, "Here's all the notes."
Oh wow!
And you would have no, and you'd just be like, everybody thinks it's fake, and it's not. It's crazy.
It's awesome. That's crazy. Some people are just like prodigies.
Yeah,
Just
there
makes
are
sense.
very few out there of musical what you would say is prodigies. The closest thing, the only thing that comes to mind is Jacob Collier.
Damn.
Jacob Collier is a prodigy, whether you want to believe it or not. Whether you like his music or not, Jacob Collier is the Mozart of today.
Jacob Collier. I'm gonna check him out.
Mm-hmm.
I'm curious.
I've never heard that name.
But I asked if you were an Anthony Fantano fan because his fans are kind of like, the stereotype is that they're very much like, yeah, your opinion's wrong when it comes to music. So,
Yeah, that's a very noise boardy sort of thing to say. I say I'm a bit of a music snob. I try not to be. It's tough because people I'm not a music snob in the sense that I can appreciate music. Like, for example, I fucking hate country music. I hate it. I hate country music. But
Right
I'm
there
not
with
going
ya.
to take away the fact that Brad Paisley is one of the sickest guitar players I've ever seen.
Right.
Like,
Right.
he's phenomenal. He is an incredible guitar player. I just don't like his music.
Yeah, you don't need to like something to appreciate talent.
But that's what
Yeah.
I'm saying.
Right.
Like, you got people out there like, I'm just thinking of, oh, Jesus Christ. I can't even think of anything right now, but like, here's a great example. Kendrick Lamar.
Mhm.
Phenomenal lyricist.
Phenomenal.
I was
Phenomenal.
thinking lyrically at the same time I was saying phenomenal. He's a phenomenal lyricist. Unbelievable vocabulary. He's actually, I think they've done studies. I think they were saying it was a Kendrick Lamar or somebody along that line has the best like lyrical vocabulary. Like I said, I'm not a giant hip hop fan. Like I'm not a huge fan of like rap because there's not a lot of melody to it. A lot of it's it's just poetic, and I listen to music for melody and harmony, and like that's what I listen to music for, because that's what tickles my soul, if you will.
Your inner stub.
Exactly. So, but that doesn't mean that I don't. Sorry, Stein. But that doesn't mean that I don't appreciate the fact that he's one of the best. What was happening? I don't know what was going on.
I wasn't actually saying anything.
Oh.
Don't worry.
Stein does this thing a lot where if you say something stupid, he'll look at you and he'll go,
It doesn't have to be something stupid.
That's-
Sometimes I just do it.
that's what he was doing. And you were like, oh, sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt.
Nobody's ever done that
That's
before.
good.
When
I
I've
thought
done
he was
that.
gonna sneeze. If I'm being honest.
Yeah. But like again, it's an appreciation of what it is because I couldn't do that. Like I'm a terrible songwriter. Like I don't like to judge people's ability on stuff like that. But you know, it is what it is.
Awesome.
I think
I think that it's like cool that you, I guess, awakened that love as early on as you did too with the whole vacuum thing.
Mm.
That's pretty dope. And to be able to discover it from that is so like I don't know. Usually it's like, oh, I found this artist and I really like this thing, and then that's when I got into music. And yours is straight up just like, I like how it made me feel. The vacuum became I don't know. That's just so cool.
Mm. Yeah, it's interesting how certain harmonies will hit you differently. There are points in my life that I will hear a harmony and I will never forget it when the way that it hit me.
Oh,
Like for
that's so
example,
cool.
the first time was with my mother's vacuum. Another time for me was when I was singing. I was in Allstate, and we were singing a song, and it was a classical. It was Lord of the Dance, and I remember I'll never forget this harmony. We sang a harmony towards the end of the song, and every time we practiced it, with the second we hit that harmony, it just it just felt like a wave, just a wave flow over me. I got goosebumps every time I heard it.
Oh wow.
It was one of those things that you're just like, this harmony is perfect with like there was like 100 of us singing this harmony, and it was just insane. The next one that came after that was this first time I heard Hide and Seek by Imogen Heap.
Never heard it.
I have not heard it either.
Like,
You have heard it, whether it be in a different song. It's the song that goes, what you say? Ooh, that's
Okay.
So that song was sampled in that part was sampled in a different song. But the full version of that song is one of the most beautiful songs, in my opinion, ever written.
Huh.
The same thing with the Flower Duet. That's another one there where the harmony just hits me.
It's crazy that you just
That's
said
an
that
operatic
about
song. That's opera, but
what's the what was the name of it again? The what you say?
the name of
What
the
was that
song,
Yeah, what was that Hide and Seek?
Hide and Seek.
So I never knew the name of it, but I actually I have a similar thing with some memories where I just have like one thing like that where I associate them, and that song is actually one of them. Because totally different reason. I had a bit of an emotionally troubled childhood at points. And I use video games as an escape. I still do at times, but it's also my hobby. So, but the first game I really did that with was Gary's Mod, and there was a Gary's mod where it was like a slow-mo gun, and you shot it, and it played that song.
That's amazing.
It's stupid, but like it sticks with me for some reason. I just think of like,
That's
having
hilarious.
fun.
That's awesome.
Just doing my thing, playing that game. Not to take it away or anything. I just thought that was a weird coincidence.
That's not at all. That's
yeah.
But that's how. Yeah. But that's the cool thing. The cool thing about music is that you hear something like that and it sticks with you.
Right.
But that's the beautiful thing about that particular art form. It's the only art form that uses time. You're playing notes over a certain period of time. It is the only thing that you can listen to for a period of time. It is the only art form other than you can watch a movie, for example. But like music is the only thing that affects you from start to end, from beginning to end.
True.
That's a cool way to look at it. I never thought about it that way.
That is, yeah.
Cinema is an art form as well, but the entirety of a song is the full art form.
Right.
Where it's a little different for cinema, but it's the same kind of thing. But yeah,
because cinema, you're combining various elements.
Correct.
Just
correct. Right.
So.
Yeah.
Videography, photography, music, all that stuff. Correct.
I love that.
Yeah.
Mr. Acorn, do you have any other questions for anybody else
I was
before we
actually
move
going to
on?
ask. I know that you and Stein have been friends for a while, but I would love to know like the origin story of like what made you guys become friends.
Ooh. I mean,
Okay,
I'll sit back for this one. Let's go, baby.
Back in third grade, I had moved from living with my mom pretty much full time to living with my dad pretty much full time. And that transition, there were two elementary schools in the school district I grew up in. And that transition had me move from one school to the other. Is that right? Yeah. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
So that transition had me move from one school to the other. So I wound up in the middle of third grade, moving into the other school district, and that is the school district that Stein was in. And I'm not going to lie to you. At first, we kind of hated each other. I know Stein hated me. I kind of hated him, but I was like kind of indifferent at the same time. But he straight up hated me. It wasn't until probably middle school that we really started to become like closer and actually became friends. But there was also a section of middle school that he hated my guts.
Why Stein? If you don't mind me asking, why did you hate him?
So being in third grade, it wasn't for the best reasons. So there was a.
You're taller than me. It's stupid.
Honestly, that was probably one of the reasons.
Let's take Emma to dance.
I did resent tall people, so that was probably part of it. Honestly, were you tall then? I don't remember. Everybody was tall to me then, so
yeah,
you tall me now. All right. Well, so a little bit around Halloween, third grade.
Don't bring that up.
Yes, bring it up.
Please.
Yes,
bring it up.
Stein, bring it up.
There was a thing where our whole school, we wore costumes to school, Halloween costumes. I remember I was a stormtrooper that year, and I was bad because I wanted like the full head helmet, but I only got like the mask. And I was like, Mom. But anyway, Alex here, I think, was Spider-Man.
Spider-Man?
Was it Spider-Man?
I was Spider-Man.
Okay.
Shoot my whole desk.
You what now?
He shook his whole desk.
Carry on.
Oh, I thought you said you shit your whole desk.
He shit his desk.
That's why I
He
stopped.
shit on his whole desk.
You shit my desk.
Out.
After every meal.
After
Exactly.
every meal, you shit out of desk. Wow. So he's wearing the Spider-Man costume, and we have to like change to get out of our costumes and stuff. And Alex over here, this costume, it's like tights, and he gets stuck, and it's a whole thing. And I just remember seeing him stuck in his costume, and I was like, in my head, I was just like, that kid's a fucking idiot.
Yeah, can you believe it? He called me an idiot.
Oh yeah.
The man who eats a pickle with a fork and a knife called you an idiot.
Yeah, dude.
Yeah.
All right.
It was a real low point in my
Wow,
life. The
there
third
it is.
grade, rock bottom.
So you hated him because he got stuck in his tight Spider-Man outfit.
Well, that's
Oh,
not
yeah.
the only reason. The other reason was because I thought his head was real rectangular. It really bothered me for some reason.
Makes
That
sense.
is not true. I called your head rectangular.
I actually thought your head was very rectangular. I remember one
Stabs,
time
you
in
were
art
very
class.
accurate on why they didn't say.
Yeah.
I remember one time I was in an art
I
class with
swear.
you, and we had to draw like our faces, like our heads, and you drew yours, and then the teacher looked at it and said that it like wasn't rectangular enough or something. And I was like, right on the fucking money.
That's what he said in third grade. Right on the fucking
Yeah.
money.
Yeah, well, I'm paraphrasing because my mind is.
He handed me a pencil and paper. He said, draw it again, bitch.
Use a fucking ruler.
I seen those
this
finger
time.
paints you bring home and they suck. Oh,
I don't think you were very good in art class.
I never have been good at anything art related.
I was
That's
actually
fair.
really good at one point in time.
I have
Really?
never been able to express any kind of, whether it be drawing or digital art or anything like that. I've never been any good at it. I've tried, but I just can't.
I was
I-
real into art classes, and I never like pursued it, and I don't really know why, because I really enjoyed it.
Cashew and I took every art class that was able to be taken at our school, and we were both extremely good at art. I don't know what happened to me though. After I graduated, the hands just stopped being able to like depict. Like I can look at this mouse right now, and I could draw this exact mouse on a piece of paper, and it would look great and everything. Now I just can't draw a straight line to save my life. I don't know what happened.
Practice.
It's like learning a language. Use it or lose it.
Yeah. That's probably, and honestly, that's probably what it is. I swear to you, it actually
Just like
started
penises.
happening after I started deadlifting. And then, like, I don't know if the calluses or, like, just having, like, large amounts of weights that mess with my ability to be, like, not dexterous, but, like, accurate or, like, fine. Like, I don't know if that had any
Fine
correlation.
motor skills.
I might have messed that up or something. I don't know. It's weird.
But yeah,
You
so
pick things up and you put them down.
The very
I do it,
and then I eat big food, and then I get muscles.
Yeah, get
And then all the boys go, oh, look at this muscles. I'm like, girls, hello? And they're like, get away from me. This is a Wendy's.
Imagine.
but yeah,
So you went from hating each other
originally-
in the third grade.
Yeah, originally we hated each other. And then I don't really remember what triggered it, but
Yeah, I don't
I
either.
think we were just like next to each other in a class, and like he said something stupid and I laughed at it, and you know, naturally for somebody who's as obsessed with attention as Stein is, when somebody laughs at your joke, that means you double down and you keep going. So he kept going and I kept laughing, and then it kind of escalated from there into the friendship that you see today, where I cannot think of in the last 3 years, I don't think there's been a single time that we have gone more than 3 days in a row without talking. I don't know about you.
I like to imagine what this has become is
I don't
like
think so.
the
Imagine.
first time you don't laugh at one of Stein's jokes, he's like, all right, well, had a good run. And then your friendship is just over.
Just dissolved.
I mean, basically. But
Yeah,
like,
you-
yeah, we talk pretty much constantly now, and it all started because he hated me because I couldn't get out of my Spider-Man costume in the third grade.
What an
you had
idiot,
a-
dude.
Yeah, you had a
Yeah, what a
rectangular
fucking idiot.
head. God.
My rectangular
God,
head.
Steve from Minecraft.
Fucking box head.
Yeah, dude. Yeah,
What
dude.
a
You,
fucking
you,
idiot, dude.
you
Fucking-
polygon much, dude?
You polygon much, dude.
What?
You and isosceles, man, dude.
Trapezoid?
Nah, dude. Scalene over here.
Yep.
It's triangle.
Well, he said isosceles. So Went with it.
If you were
Yeah,
that's
a
also
I think
triangle.
you'd be
I know,
Yeah,
it's
well, are you
cute,
high on
you know?
potties right now?
Hey, Acorn,
Yeah, what's up?
love you, bud.
I love you.
Yeah, thanks.
It's a real nice moment.
Gotta come in and ruin it, Stubbs.
Yep. Fuck off.
Stubbs, if you were also a triangle, you'd be a cute one.
Oh,
Shit. I'd be obtuse one.
Are you saying that you want to dock? Is that what that was?
I'm ready for landing.
Nice.
Hooded or
We're all
unhooded?
docking.
No, I'm kidding. All right.
The world wants to know, Acorn, hooded or unhooded?
Anyway,
I am
That's a
unhooded.
legit
Blaming.
question.
I'm unhooded, boss.
There it is, ladies. You heard
Oh,
it here
okay.
first.
I could not play
hit him
in
up.
the
The
Assassin's
Masked
Creed
Acorn.
game.
The Masked
He's for me.
Acorn on
No
Instagram,
foreskin over
Twitter,
here.
Twitch,
Yes.
Nope.
TikTok.
He's a real one.
All of it. If it's a
You have
social
no good
media
content.
platform, I'm the Masked Acorn.
Yes.
OnlyFans, all the Masked Acorn.
Mm-hmm.
Just me at
Hit 'em up.
3 a.m. eating turkey lunch meat, being illuminated by my refrigerator light in my boxers.
We got Red 2,
I'd pay
we
to
got
see that.
XNXX. We got the weird ones.
I've not
All right.
heard of the second one he listed.
My
off.
band knows.
I
his
haven't
porn
either.
sites.
Stubbs, you know.
Yeah, sure do, bud.
Oh god, this is really going on the internet.
Yeah. Hell yeah, dude. Let's go.
All right, let's do our Am I the Asshole, yeah?
Oh shit.
On that note,
All right, let me
Oh,
yeah.
All right.
shit.
All right, what do we got here? What do we got? All right, what's this one? Am I the asshole for wanting to be backstage mom at my stepdaughter's dance recital during her mom's custodial time? Ooh, this is me a tough one. I have been taking my 9-year-old stepdaughter to dance classes for 4 years. I drive her every week. My husband, her father, and I pay for every single fee associated with her dance school. This year, her end-of-year recital lands on her mother's custodial time. Her mom has committed to taking her to the show. I volunteered to be the backstage parent, managing the class backstage when they're not performing, helping with hair and makeup, etc. I did this for the last 2 recitals, and my stepdaughter loves having me there to hang out and support her. The dance school reached out yesterday to tell me that my stepdaughter's mother asked them to remove me as backstage parent and put her in. They agreed to do it without discussing it with me first because she basically told them it was her custodial right. To be clear, nothing in the court order says anything that would prevent me from being able to be around her even though she's not in dad's custody. Mom and I have a history of high conflict. I believe she is trying to remove me because she doesn't want me spending any extra quality time with her daughter. She simply hates me and my husband. If you are wondering, I have nothing to do with why she and my husband never worked out. So, there we are. I could bow out and accept this because I'm not the biological parent, but it breaks my heart because I love being there and dance is my thing with my stepdaughter. Would I be the asshole if I reminded the school who their paying customer is? It says WIBTA, so I'm assuming that's would I be the asshole? What?
Did you just
Before we answer that, did you just itch your nose with your
Yeah.
microphone?
Sure did, dude. Sure did.
Do you think you, like, did you, like, think-
nonchalantly, mid conversation, you turn into a cat for
Did you think we wouldn't catch that or something?
We all just went like, what?
I looked at Reskos, and Reskos was hot. I looked at Stein, and Stein was like, I guess he did.
Oh my god.
Would I be the asshole if I reminded the school who their paying customer is and asked them to go back on the decision and advocate for me? I want to fight back and give them all the context so they can understand why I have the right to be there. But I also don't want more conflict with mom, who would be upset if the school has my back. If you are wondering, I don't think she would go to the lengths of not taking her to the recital over this because she has to know that that would be devastating to her daughter who has worked hard to prepare for her performance. I am not sure what the best way for all of this is to hold on. I'm not sure what the best way for all of this to play out would be. Thank you so much for your judgments. I'm all ears. Update. I called the dance school, but not to have them to change the decision. I gave them the context. I should have clarified in my original post that she lied to them and implied I wasn't legally allowed to be there on her time, which is not true. The owner of the school says he feels completely manipulated by her mom. He apologized. He offered to make it right and said he and his wife, the co-owner of the dance school, were comfortable with reaching out to mom and telling her that I am the backstage mom. They also said it would never happen again. I told them that I really appreciated what they're owning up to how it went down, but I told them that I would rather take the high road and leave it at that. I told them not to reach out to mom, let her have it. I also apologized to them for having to deal with drama, blah, 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 family stuff. My plan is to tell my stepdaughter, hey, I know I said I'd be backstage this year, blah, 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 blah. So the question is would she be the asshole for calling the school and having them make them change that over?
I mean,
This is a really tough one.
so what I'm going to say is I feel like this is not a you or the mom decision. I feel like if the kid made it clear that they wanted the stepmom there originally,
Right.
and the stepmom jumped in or the real mom jumped in and was like, actually, it's mine. I'm going to do it. You're not her real mom. The real mom is definitely the asshole because the kid wanted your stepmom to do it. There's a reason that the kid didn't go to the full custody mom and say, hey, will you be my backstage mom? Like, I don't know. To me, it seems like the stepmom was the kid's choice. The real mom came in and was like, absolutely not. That's just what I gathered from that.
My other thing was I don't understand. Like, I would have tried to ask the school, and it sounds like it was the regular mom that was having the problems because, like, could they not just both try to do it like this one time, since it is not a every time, it's like every once in a blue moon. But it sounds like the mom was the one that I personally think that they're not the asshole. Like, that just they handled it professional. The mom definitely seemed like she was just being spiteful.
Right.
Yeah.
And that's the tough
moment.
part. Right. And that's the tough part is because we don't know how that relationship goes between the mom, stepmom, and the dad. Like, we don't know what happened with all of that stuff and why the mom is so pissed off at the stepmom versus the dad. So the thing that sucks is that it just sounds like it sounds like, but again, we only have one side of the story here, that the real mom is being very spiteful.
Yes.
And and using that to their advantage. However, it is her right that it's on her time to be there. However, I don't understand why the mom just can't just bring her to the thing and sit in the audience. Why does she have to be the backstage mom?
I think it was, that's what I was saying. It sounded to me like it was the stepmom was picked for that and the real mom got jealous.
Especially considering the stepmom has been the one that's done it for the last two recitals.
Right.
Like, there's precedent set here. Why all of a sudden is there an issue?
Yeah. I will say, I'm trying to put myself in the regular mom's shoes.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm just thinking, okay, well, my kid is picking, their stepmom who came into their life way later, and over me. So, like, I'm hurt because, like, what if this critique was happening, and what if my kid grows closer to the stepmom than me, and now I've just lost.
Right, but that also comes with, like, maturity and communication.
Right, and some of it is they're just a kid. Some of it is, okay, maybe you need to step back and think, why is this happening? Why is the stepmom over me? Is it something that I'm doing wrong, or maybe it's if I, I think I'm doing everything right, then maybe it's, it's this new person in this kid's life. They're excited about them and they show a lot of interest in them, so they want them there. Because kids generally are pretty superficial, I would say. They're like, oh, this person gives me fun things. I like them. At least that's how I was as a kid. So I don't know. But also at the same time, you need to think like whether you're technically right and it's your turn or not. If you just go against this kid's wishes of who they want to be around, time after time, eventually they're going to grow to resent you, and they are definitely going to drift away from and closer to the stepmom. So there's some things in life where it's just like you have to just let it run its course, and because if you intervene, and I think that's one of those. So I don't think the person making the post is the out.
I agree.
I agree too.
All right. Well, in that case, then, there's our Am I the Asshole? Thank you, everybody, for watching episode 7 of the Ridiculous Minds podcast. As always, thank you. As always, Reskos, Stubbs, Stein, and special guest, TheMaskedAcorn. Give him a round of applause real quick. A little golf clap.
Clap sync.
Come on, Stubbs. You can do it.
I will not subject myself to that sort of torture.
All right. Acorn, thank you so much. For coming. We appreciate
It
you.
was a pleasure.
Yeah.
Thank you so much for having me. This
I
was
am
a lot of
virtually
fun.
clapping for you in my head, but I will not subject myself to ridicule from you, sons of bitches.
Wow.
You know what?
You know what, dude?
You know what? You know what, dude?
You know what, dude?
You know what, dude?
You know what, dude?
You know what?
Okay, love you. Bye.
Okay, love you.
I
Bye.
love you.
Do 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 do.
You know what, dude?
You know what, dude?
You know what, dude?